Good morning. Welcome to God's Universal Wisdom. I am Apostle Lafayette Cabell, and I come to talk to you today about something that was very interesting what transpired with me this week. And one of the things was God came to me with a word. I took it personally just for me. It was, he came to me in my bedroom. I was laying down, and he just came and told me, let them find their way. Let them find their way. So I took that very personal. I didn't go into my own database or my intel base, meaning I didn't start thinking. I just sat there and being still and waiting for more clarity. On my own, it says, let them find their way. My thing was, hey, stop helping people. Let them find their way. And that's what I want to talk to you about. But before I even get into that, what's going to happen is I have to explain two things, the difference, bring out the point of two different things that we, as human beings over here in America, and everywhere I've been in the world, we take these two words and we use them for the same denotation, meaning, as well as for the same scenario, situations, and explanations. But I want to talk to you because there is a difference. So I want to talk to you about the difference between the word care and the word worry. The word care and the word worry. Because if you ask somebody today that's actually worrying about somebody or something, they intend to say, I'm not worrying, I just care. So I want to talk to you about that because this is going to really help anybody and everyone that ever watched this video. All right? So let's go to the denotations of care. We're going to use the one out of the Webster Dictionary today. The denotation for care. And I'm going to do everything cross-reference to the good book, as the old folks say, the Holy Bible. All right? The difference between care and worry. All right? Care, let me read your denotations. Care denotes suffering of mind. It means grief. It means disquieted state of blended uncertainty. The disquieted state of blended uncertainty. Care also means apprehension. It means responsibility. Care denotes in the Webster it denotes that care is a cause for such anxiety, pains taking, or watchful attention. That is, care denotes a cause for such anxiety, painstaking, or watchful attention. It also denotes regard coming from desire or esteem. A desire coming from a care coming from a desire or esteem. It also denotes a charge or supervision. Care denotes a person or a thing that is an object of attention. A person or a thing that is an object of attention. Care also means anxiety or solicitude. Anxiety, solicitude. Care means to care. It means to be concerned, and it means to solicitude. All right. So we start off with the denotation of care, and we start off saying that it is a suffering of mind. A suffering of mind. So you mean to tell me, Apostle, that when I care about somebody, it's actually a suffering of my own mind? And I'm here to tell you, yes, it is. Today, yes, it is. A suffering of a mind. It is care also denotes a disquieted state of blended uncertainties. A disquieted. Now, disquieted is a word that means take away the peace or the tranquility. So it will read, a taking away of a peace of mind of blended uncertainties. See, blended, means to come together. You blend it together. Uncertainties is meaning something that's not certain. Like when you don't know the outcome, that's an uncertainty. When you don't know an individual, that's an uncertainty. Like your nickname should be uncertainty because you don't know you, neither do I know you. Oh, don't let me change the message. Uncertainty. So care is an uncertain, it's a disquieted state of blended uncertainty. So it's a compound of things, because one thing leads to another. You don't believe that all the time, but everything is connected to something. Like like I'm saying to you now, the word care, and I'm trying to tell you the true denotation of it, but in your mind, within yourself, you're searching your intel, your database, your mental Rolodex. You're searching your memory bank and you're trying to grab something to cross-reference or to relate to what I'm saying so that you can comprehend or apprehend what's being said. This is how the mind works. Okay? Whether we want to accept it or not. I found out with life, if you bow out to what's just life, then life will be so much easier. We always want to go against. We never want to be wrong. That's because you're in denial. Everything about you is wrong. I know you don't like that. I know that don't feel good. I know that don't sound good. And I know you don't even agree with it. But one day you will mature in the truth. I'm talking the truth of life. I'm talking how God sees things. The Bible said there's no good thing lie up in our flesh. How can you dare tell me there's something good about you then? See? Our nature, by nature, we're no good. And you're going to believe you're right this time. Okay, let's go. A disquieted state of blending. So, well, what this got to do with, what you said you're going to talk about, Apostle? What this got to do with let them find their way? I'm going to show you something that will change your life immediately, not later on. I'm talking right now. If you receive this word and let it take root in your heart and in your mind, that it would go in and cleanse your mind. I told you, Apostle Cabell, I don't brainwash. I just wash your brain. And there is a difference. Okay? According to men, there's a difference. Brainwashing is negative. Washing of the brain, you can receive that because you wash up. So that ain't a bad thing to you. So I just took the same word and just put the first word last and the last word first, and now you can receive it. See how simple-minded we are, but yet so ignorant. Okay. A disquieted state of blended certainties. Care also means to apprehend. It means to be responsible, or it means responsibility. This is what you're telling me. You telling me I'm not responsible for my family. I'm not to care about my loved ones. I am not to care about what I care about, Apostle. I don't agree with you. Well, that's fine. That's what Bobby Brown calls your prerogative. That's your choice. That's what you want to make. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to share the truth with you. We are not supposed to be concerned. We are not supposed to be concerned or caring about what we concern and care about. Let me finish giving you the denotations, and then I'm going to show you in the book in which you say you live your life by, and that's the Holy Bible. All right? All right. A person, care means regarding, coming from desire or esteem. Regard coming from desire or esteem. You have certain regards for certain people. You esteem certain things higher than other things. So I love this denotation because it's covering everything that we will have an excuse to use to go against what's being said today. I hope you still love God today because he still loves you. Care means also a charge or a supervision. Supervision, a charge. Ain't that what you striving for? Ain't that why you go to school? Ain't that why you trying to make a career out of your employment? Ain't that why you trying to advance? Isn't that why you got something brown on your nose? Oh, excuse me. That's not you. That was me before. Isn't that the things that make sense to you? You know, to be empowered. And if you say you're not, you're lying. Everybody wants to be empowered. This is why you running your life raggedy, because you're in power. You know, no one can tell you anything because I'm grown now. Or, you know, I'm over 25, and you ain't been this way before if you didn't learn the first way you came. Can I say that again? You ain't been this way before when you ain't learned the first way you came. So if you ain't learned it the first time around the block, you ain't got it. So this is not your second time around the block. This is your first time getting it. All right. So regarding, a regard coming from a desire or something that you esteem, isn't that something like, wow? So if you don't treat me right, it's safe for me to say that you don't care about me, because anything you care about, you give regard to, you consider. So I ask you, do you always care about what you think you care about? You think about that. That's something for you to think about on this Sunday. All right, let's keep it moving. Care means a charge of supervision. It also means a person or thing that is an object of attention. Ooh. A person or thing that's an object of attention. I asked you today, what got your attention? What has your attention? Is it the fat around your waist? What has your attention? Is it the dollar signs? What have your attention? Something has your attention. What has your attention? Is it your bills? Is it being accepted and what people think about you? You care about what people care about. Double whammy. Remember that. A double whammy. All right. I said, oh my God, Apostle, what are you saying? For me to walk around here numb? God didn't want us caring about nothing. No, God do not want you caring about anything. I'm going to tell you again. God does not want you caring about anything. He did not make you to care. He made you to live and to be free, because the cares is what binds you. The cares is what stresses you out. The cares what strips you of your health. The cares is what blinds you. The cares is driving you crazy. He did not want you to care. Everything should be in his care. What you shall eat, what you shall drink, wherewithal you shall be clothed. What he say? Cast all your what? Your cares upon me. For I care for you. You was not made to carry no one's burden. You was made to carry their burden to God. See, the problem is we said we gave it to God, but you still got it. You still caring. So you like slowly stripping yourself of peace, life, and when you care, the dictionary told you when you care, you lose the peace of mind and or the tranquility of peace. And again, the God of tranquility and the God of peace is going to tell you to stress, is going to tell you to care, so that you can your heart can become weakened and ripped and torn up like it's being done, so that you can drive your own self crazy, not nobody else. Nobody else need to drive you. You drive your own self crazy by caring, people. By caring. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds, I trust me, I understand it today. I know it sounds to the contrary of everything you believe and was taught. But this is what I tell you. They are teaching us lies and keeping us bound. And we calling this thing my family, my grandpeople, people I care about, religions, schools. They teaching you everything to destroy you, but you believe in it's to make you better. I know I'm not the light. I know I'm not the favorite. Not down here. But no one wants the truth. Only those that want the truth. Do you really want the truth today? Do you really want the truth? Well, Apostle, you mean to tell me you don't love your kids? You don't care about your kids? Slowly but surely, I'm letting them go every day. And it doesn't mean I don't care about them, but I shouldn't care about them. You know why I care about them? Because I had them. So I've taken on myself that because man tell you, society tell you, it is your job and your responsibility to care about them. But you care about them until your responsibility is up. They tell you today in the world, once a parent, always a parent. They lied. According to God, they lied. Once your kid understands right from wrong, there is no age. So you don't know how soon this is or how late this can be. But you gotta let them find their own way. Now, don't let me get into it. That I'm gonna close with that because you ain't gonna like that, but I'm gonna give it to you anyway. Because you gotta let them, meaning everybody else besides yourself, you gotta let them find your way. And if you don't, then you can't tell me you trust God. If you don't, then you can't tell me you believe God for people's lives. Why are you praying then? Why are you sending certain prayers up to people asking God to bless, heal, set free, deliver, educate? If God did it for your no good, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about you. If God did it for you when you was all confused and messed up in your mind, polluted in your blood, sin stink to God's nostrils, then he'll do it for your son. He'll do it for your loved one. He'll do it for everybody else. You got to get out the way though. You out here caring, wasting the time God gave you, which you're the only thing responsible for, is the time that he gave you. Not what you think you brought here. Because how many people tried to bring a child here but couldn't? Or God said no, or life said no. So don't think you did that on your own, people. This is a miraculous thing. Only God can bring a child. Yeah, I don't care what man says, chest all poked out, who I'm the hooroo, the daddy, get out of here. Son, all you did was deposited something that you never put in you. So how can you claim it to be yours? Come on, y'all, don't get me started. Let me go back. That was the denotation for care. Care is disquieting. A disquieted state of blending unconcerns or uncertainties. Excuse me. Disquiet means to take away the peace or the tranquility of. Disquiet also means to disturb or alarm. It means to lack peace or tranquility. To disturb. Is that thing disturbing you today? And you talking about is right, it's okay to care. You're mistaken when it's okay to feel good. It's okay to like things, but it's not okay to care. I know you don't like that word. I know that's to the contrary. You're going to say, Apostle, I was with you until I heard that message. Well, that's all right. But I know one thing. Whenever you want the truth, you'll seek Apostle out. When you want the truth, and you don't want to everybody else, man, tell folk, don't tell folk watch the videos. Tell them, go on. Do what you got to do. And when you get downright tired and you think everybody's out there lying, then go watch Apostle. Because until you experience and know what a lie is, you never can acknowledge the truth that's coming out of my mouth. This is God's universal wisdom, not a religion. It's the wisdom for the universe, in which this universe was called forth. Let there be light, and there was light. There's nothing wrong with that. That's the wisdom of God. Let there be a dry land in the midst of the water, and the dry land rose out of the water. See, there was nothing wrong with that. You don't complain about that, do you? Oh, okay. You don't complain about God's true wisdom. All right, let's go. Worry. The word worry means or denotes to afflict with mental distress or agitation. To afflict with mental distress or agitation. You know that thing you say, Apostle, I just, understand, or no one understands me because you can't let it go? You worry. You worried yourself into that. Anxiety. That distress. That agitation. And if you step back and if somebody really love you, they'll tell you, your whole life is that. But you think, nah, I'm living. This is my way of life. Yeah, okay. The biggest deception did not come to trick you. It came to make you believe it don't exist. You out here believing wrong don't exist in you. And it's, oh yes I do. No, you don't. Not when it's time. When you start listening to you, you don't you trust in you. When you buck against this right here, why are you not even considering what's being said? See, because you set and stubborn in your way. You know, that ain't right. Why? Because ain't nobody teaching it? Why it ain't right? Because it ain't the favorite amongst the highly favored, blessed and highly favored folk? Okay. Worry. To afflict with mental distress and agitation. This is what happens when you care. There's no way you're going to be in a relationship or have a relationship with somebody else and they don't even know they're in the relationship with you that way, and you feeling some kind of way. Just keep feeling that way. It's going to eventually turn around and afflict you. Just because you care. That's how, when you care, expectations come and then letdowns. You expect certain things of people because you care about them. Man, let them work that out. Let them find their way. Let them find their way. Stop running to them always. And some of y'all in here, oh, not in here, but some of y'all folk in the world, you know, you plotting on people talking about, nah, we cool, we friends. We friends, but you waiting for them to strap you. That ain't no friend. You only hanging around for that. That's why you can't let them go. Because you want something from them that you feel only they can give you. So you care. You know, like we care about these tax returns. And then you get all twisted out if they take it. You know how the greatest liar do. They're the greatest liars, people. You know the biggest robbers and the biggest... Oh, come on. You don't be deceived now. Don't be deceived. Them the biggest thugs in the world. They take your stuff and hide behind masks like FICA. Who is FICA? You know... Okay. You look on your check stuff to see all that stuff to come out. You wonder who the... My Bible says, pay Caesar. That's one individual. You got me paying 12 different departments. For what? And they're going to tell me the money you've been taking since I've been working at 13, I'm going to never see it again. Now, if that ain't straight robbing me, I'm from the hood. If that ain't straight robbing me, then what is it? How you just feel you can just take something? Because I'm here? Because I'm in America, you can just take it? Wow. And you call that the law. And you want me to follow the rest of them laws. I'm going to leave that alone. I don't want to imprison myself. Hey, come on. Don't act like you don't. You fully stop at a stop sign, people? Okay, then. You broke the law. Do you slow down to stop on a yellow, or do you speed up to get through it? Okay, then. All right, don't. Do you cross on every corner, or you never walk in the middle of the block and cross the street? Then don't tell me you don't break laws. We all break laws. That's why they was made. Anyway, all right. To worry is to move. Is to move, to proceed, or progress by unceasing or difficult effort. Worry is to move and proceed or progress by unceasing, difficult efforts. Now you progressing, so you think you progressing, you moving, things is proceeding, but it's through distress and agitation. You get more and more concerned every day over the things that is not your concern. It's not your concern. People, we get agitated over not having certain foods in the house, but have food in the house. Now, how bad is that? Because we want what we want, and we want it when we want it. Okay? Do you realize the wants is what you care about? Okay. So you're supposed to cast all your wants and your cares. That's what want is. The very thing you choose or like. You care about, right? You care about it, so all right. All right. Solicitude. That's Cameron. I ain't gonna get into that. Let me get back into worrying. A mental distress or agitation resulting from concern usually for something or someone anticipated. That's the example I gave you as far as tax returns. Anticipated. You know, you anticipate your check when the day is supposed to be there, right? Don't tell me you don't. You think about that. Some of y'all spend it before that Friday get there. You spend it the week before. If you gotta wait a week and a whole, you spend it mentally. Then you just run around like someone fiending with it, just going crazy with it, and then go right back into oppression a week later because you have nothing and no one you care about is helping you. These are the roller coaster rides we take ourselves through, people. I laugh to keep from crying because it's a very sad thing. Kid yourself not. You saying you caring and you saying I'm not worrying but I'm carrying, but you actually doing them both, and God never intended us to do none of that stuff. Why you think he tell you, come unto me who labor and heavy laden, I'll give you rest. Take my yoke upon me and upon you and learn of me. You know what I mean? For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Why do you think he asking you to cast your cares, and if you want peace, come to him. Let not your heart be troubled. All that comes from caring. When do they read that scripture, y'all? At funerals and homegoing services, right? Be honest. Let not your heart be troubled. Yeah, read that before the service start. You believe in God, believe also in me. I go away to prepare a place, that where I be, that you may be also. Why do they read them at funerals? Because the people's hearts are heavy, right? They care. Oh my God, they hurting, they suffering. It's a mourning season. But mourning only comes from caring, people. So you saying God is a God of that contradicts himself? He's telling you not to do this stuff. Get this stuff to me. But then you're going to tell me you was made. This is just being human. Nah, that's being foolish. That's being ignorant if you didn't know. I've come to tell you what you don't know. So don't expect to watch anything or hear anything come out of Apostle Lafayette Cabell's mouth. Don't expect please don't expect or don't believe you're going to know what's going to come out of his mouth. Because you think, I'm one of the same like them people you used to follow or still follow, over there where you used to go or attend. I'm not that same person. I don't care what title they have. They don't have the same relationship I have with God. Are you boasting in your relationship? Yes, I am. God just told me this week that he likes me. You know what that did for me? You don't even know what that thing changed me. For God to come and he comes every day and talks to me. Like you would call the person you care about. Or text the person, email the person, Instagram. I can go on, right? So many things out here to do now. Tweet. Yeah. That's how he does me every day, y'all. Every day. Hang around truth, you become it. Remember, in a lie, you don't lose the truth. But in the truth, you lose the lie. Worry means a mental distress or agitation resulting from a concern, usually for something anticipated. Worry also denotes an instant or occurrence of such distress or agitation. Worry is also denoted as annoying, harassing, pestering, and teasing. Is anything pestering you besides you? Is anything annoying you? I believe it is. It's annoying. Why is it annoying? How do it get to become annoying? When you start caring about it. Pastor and Bishop Lafayette Cabell years ago taught his people that if look, if you don't care, if it doesn't matter, if you know, how did he say that about mattering? Excuse me. Okay, mind over matter. If you don't mind, meaning care about it, if you don't mind, then it doesn't matter. Mind over matter. It only matters when you care about it, correct? Come on, if you don't care about the Olympics, then you don't care about it. But I like sports, so Olympics matter to me. Not on the extreme, but I still don't mind watching it. I like to do it. I'm a proud American. I use all type of excuses to watch it, just because I like it, see? Because I care about it. That's the bottom line. Yeah, worry means to torment to the point of destroying peace of mind or annoying acutely. Let me read that again. This is what worry means: to torment to the point of destroying peace of mind. Have you ever destroyed your own peace caring about something or someone else? Be honest today. Then you was worrying. And I know that's what the people of the world call stressing, but I don't want to denote that because it has nothing to even do about what we're talking about. But that's what you think it is. Educate yourself, people, through the hearing of the voice of hearing the wisdom of God and cross-reference to man's English. Don't use what you have down here and cross-reference to God, because man's principle will never work with God's plan. Man's principles will never work with God's plan. Remember that. All right. So worry means to torment to a point of destroying peace of mind or annoying acutely. That means have something ever got on your nerve? Have someone, let's use this way. Have anybody ever got on your nerves? You know what that's like, right? So that's actually what your cares do without you even thinking about them. They come and get on your mind. When you ain't thinking about it, it crosses your mind. When you don't want to think about it, it fights you. It gets fights to hit so you can hear it and anything to remind you of. See? And that's the thing you care about. So a God of love, a God of peace, a God that wants you to enjoy life stress-free, oppress-free, wants you to care. Is that what you telling me today? Because that's not what I'm telling you today. Is that what you telling me today? Then that's to the contrary. That's like you telling me, all right, I want you to start learning how to walk, but you cut off my feet. That's how extreme that is to me. Like, how you gonna tell me my God wants me to be stress-free, to carry no burdens on me, to live free, to enjoy what He's given me, enjoy life and His wisdom and His fullness, and in the liberty and the peace and the love and the care and the distributing of or the distribution of His provision? How do you live that way when you care about something? It's impossible. So everything you care about, you gotta give to God. But nah, you won't do that. It's not that you can't. You won't, because now you have nothing. And boy, do you not like having nothing. But I told y'all weeks ago or last week that is that's something I really ooh, that's the conversation really can be uttered down on earth. You know, because you got to learn how to get the something out of the nothing. See, I know that don't make sense down here, but all right. So now that we understand what caring and worrying is, the difference, you know, the difference between caring is, and worrying. One is a disturbance and alarming of, and a lacking of peace and tranquility, and the other one, which is worrying, is annoying. It's pestering. It's a worrying. It teases you. You got this anticipation, your spirit and your mind now agitated. Your mind is clouded. If it's agitated, now you can't see. That means it's distracted. And you think you're right. And you're listening to this disturbed state of mind. So, Apostle, how do you do it then? Since, because I listen to you, I have no clue then. How you do it? You do it by letting them find their own way. Letting them find their way. How did you come to God? How many people witnessed to you? It didn't happen the first time. How many times you had to hear the same thing to get it? Some of y'all are still hearing stuff for 5 and 10 years and still haven't gotten it. So how do you do that? By becoming carefree. The loved ones you care about, you put them in front of God and you leave them. And when things happen in their life, just like you had to figure it out, you had to find God, you had to listen for God, you had to seek God out. They have to do the same thing. Let them find their own way. He said that don't make sense. I guarantee you, it's not known today, but I guarantee you, if you let a child wander off away from the parent, now it's either going to live or die. And the only way it's going to live is going to learn how to survive. That's what life is about. So, man, that's to the drastic. It's in the wild with the beast. It's in everything. After a while, they have to leave the parent and go and learn how to live. So why is the parent over here stressing, wondering, or worrying about their kid when that's not even the order of God? If he gonna use you to bring one hand, you gotta know you gotta let it go. So this is for all these years they've been teaching these wrong. Now these women, is so messed up over this thing. Till they running themselves, they worrying, they running themselves crazy. They lost their peace of mind and tranquility just to have a baby, just to get married, just to say they married. Are you serious? America, I'm talking to you. Are you serious? Okay. People spend their whole life to do this. Just to find out it ain't going to work till you've been taught how to be a wife, how to be a husband. Till you've been taught how to treat and don't love them the way you love them. Because when you carry someone dear, that will always be a tool that will worry you. And this is what God is saying. And some of us is so set. We're gonna say it like this to ourselves. We're gonna say, well, I'm too old to change now, and I don't did it this long, so nah, because what you did in the past does not define you, but what you do right now that defines you. Not what you did in the past. What you do right now defines you. Because our, invincibility is in our defense, but our victory is in our attack. Did you hear that? Invisibleness, or our where we hide, where we hide to be out of sight, and we don't really realize it till they, like the old folks say later, they call that hindsight. You get that later, but we are not seeable when we're in our defense. We hide, like you just hide. No one's gonna understand me. That's what you tell yourself. So I can't be myself. Why you can't be yourself? That's the beauty, and that's what makes the world go around, because we are different. But our invincibility. Thank you. Say it again.
Invincibility.
Our invincibility is in our defense, but our victory is in our attack. And the way you have to attack, and what you have to attack, is not the devil. What you have to attack is your mind. It's the way you think now. You have to change. It's not working. It didn't work for your mama. and it worked for your grandmother, and yes, it worked for them. No, getting by is not working. Just because it got you by doesn't mean it's working. You want something to work for you, that works with your purpose and why man was created. Man was not created to become a preacher or a pastor or apostle. Not, no, an evangelist. No, not a Muslim. Man wasn't created to become a Catholic or a Christian or a Buddhist. No, man was created to flow with the plan and the purpose of God. And that is to live freely. When he put Adam and Eve here, there was no cares. All provision was made. All protection was made. But the only thing got us in trouble and destroyed us was ourselves. And that's what's destroying you. And the first blame was Adam, talking about the woman you gave me. But God was saying to Adam, I didn't give you the woman the instructions I gave you. I gave you your own instructions. You can't blame that on somebody. So stop blaming him. Stop blaming her. Stop blaming them. It's you. Issues. It's you. Issues. When you have an issue with something or somebody, it's you. It's you. So the way to live and have a peaceful life, I'm telling you people, is to let them find their way. Let them find their way. I'm talking, these are the people and the things you care about, like on your job. Let's take that example, because that's one of the great things that y'all do. You'll go to work and you'll let these people in this environment get you all caught up in this arousement and this pressure, and we need to make the quarters, and we gotta have this. There's no such thing as we gotta have. Because everything we gotta have, we have. But you get all stressed out, can't enjoy your lunch, and now you mad at your boss because your boss got pressure on them, and the pressure came from their boss, and don't trickle down to you, and you stressed out, and you go home and you taking it out on people, and you nasty, and you short, and you tell me ain't nothing wrong with you. I have somebody down here now, and she used to change, but she never could see or feel the change, so she didn't know she was changed. But because she believed the man of God, he said, yo, she's covering you, and you got a total different spirit when you come from around her. And I said, just lay before God and let God reveal it. And I told her, go lay before the altar. And she laid and came back. And she thanked me and was crying. Said, oh my God, Apostle. I said, now, so she at that point she wanted to just, be drastic about it and just cut the person off. I told her, no, don't just cut her off. That was a friend to you for years. Just limit your time and watch what goes on when you're with them. And do not spend a lot of time, because you don't know how to fight off that covering yet. That is my job until you're able. But folk don't like it. Folk talking about they want God but don't want to lose nothing. You gotta lose. You gotta lose almost everything you got to gain all of God. Ain't enough room. You got too much stuff in your life that means nothing, like that person you love. That means nothing. They mean nothing. Rub them wrong and they'll show you the real them. They'll show you the real reason why they're there. They'll actually tell you how they really feel. And watch all them slick stuff and joking, y'all, because a lot of truth is told in joke. So if a person that you care about keeps saying the same thing, they mean it. Even though they put in a joking manner, they mean that thing. And don't be so in love that you're going to be in denial about that thing. And you know what, people? When people trying to love on you and help you, you need to learn how to receive it and stop being so nasty so that you can let love change your life. And it's mainly our people that's talking about we following God. You are the most nastiest people. I wouldn't follow you. Period. You know what I mean? You just, if you ain't right, then it ain't right. Learn to be wrong. That's how you become right. Stop thinking and start listening. You be better off in life, people. Believe me. That's why, ain't that what the good book says? The holy book? Study to be quiet. Be slow to speak, slow to wrath, and swift to hear. And then there's another verse says, study to be quiet and do your own business. Why you always in everybody else's business? Why you gotta run over here like you some kind of God? Well, they always call on me. Won't you tell them no? Tell them work it out. Let them find their own way. Why you running over there? Because you messy. You think you a leader, but you ain't nothing. Until you become a great follower, you'll never be a great leader. I don't care what kind of piece of paper or title or positions people may put you in, whether work, religion, family, hood, it don't matter. Until you learn how to follow, you will never learn how to lead correctly. So let's get our lives together. Let's stop talking this thing and start living this thing. You want to live better? Start loving less. You want to live better? Start letting them find their way. Just like you have to find your way. You know, people get mad at you and make you feel bad because you tell them you ain't got it. What kind of mess is that? I'm serious. I had a family member get mad at me. Hey, yeah, I was calling you saying you can look out for me. I ain't got it. What you mean you ain't got it? What you mean what I mean I ain't got it? And they get mad at me. You know, because they know I'm the head and not the tail. They know I'm the lender and not the borrower. But guess what? There comes a season for all of y'all that the NO is coming. That's the only way I'm going to have stuff for myself, is to tell you no and let you find your own way. Let them find their way, people. It will free your life. But no, boy, you be stressed out. You be mentally drained, going to these workplaces and mentally drained over your loved ones, and you actually believe that's what life is about. That this is stuff you just supposed to go through. I'm sad to tell you. I know it's a rude awakening today. It hurt me when I realized almost everything my parents taught me was wrong. If not everything, only but to, son, you know, you need to fear and respect God. I'm learning more and more. I'm not holding it against them, but I'm not going to cover for them because they was my parents, man. Come on, man. Right and wrong is wrong. When I'm wrong, I got to own up to it too. They just didn't know no better. That's why I don't hold it against them. They taught me what they believed was right. I'm just teaching you today what I know is right. And if it's liked by everybody, just know it's wrong before God. You don't want to accept that. But we have more churches than we have anything. More church buildings, they call them. Right? Believe that. So if it's more of them than anything, you finish the rest. You finish the rest. Because narrow is the way, and broad is the way that leads to destruction. But now straight and narrow. Straight. Not winking at stuff and then turning your back. Because when God had me in the building, when folks said Pastor Cabell was crazy. He's in Delaware. He's crazy. Now I wasn't crazy. You say I'm crazy because I'm confronting all the sin that come in the building. If this is going to be a place that we're going to reverence God and give worship to, you ain't coming in here and making this a no pickup spot. You ain't going to stand in the pulpit and lie to the people. You ain't going to have a lying life and not be clean before you get up before the people. What, are you kidding me? If I had to do it, you going to do it. I didn't give out titles. I gave out responsibility with a personal living relationship with God, of course. That's why the people that was under me from the beginning, ain't nobody in the world can root them up or break them. Not the ones that they allow me to teach and mold. Incredible. That's why today they don't have a lot of friends. And they're cool with that, though. They understand and push their family members back. They cool with that. God is showing me right now, one of y'all that's listening, that your family member ain't too long did that within the last 2 years. Just cuss you out because you told them no. Don't feel bad about that, people. That was their problem for making you their resource. They need to find it out. They need to find that on their own and see that God is the resource. So stop being God. You know, they teach in these buildings that no, you supposed to do that. You ain't supposed to run at everybody, just one person or everybody because they family, rescue. Nah. After a while, you gotta let them find that out on their own, cause they ain't gonna change. I got family members now. They only come and take from me, and I ain't heard from them since the last time I gave them a call. But I'm cool with that. Because you know what? That's actually the way it's supposed to be. Y'all think it's not. It is. Because the person, the individual is living their life now. They're out there doing their thing. Let them do that. And if I had a problem of giving them a car and now they ain't talking to me, then I shouldn't have given them the car. You know, it's, come on, stop it. No one owe you nothing because you gave them something. They owe you because you gave them. You can't be mad because you gave somebody something and they act a fool. Just be wise the next time and just know that they shouldn't be. You shouldn't give them nothing else. Well, they ain't how God did it. You ain't God. That's why you're not made to carry cares. Stop acting like you God. Stop acting like you could do the things, or you was created the way God was created to handle situations. Not so, people. Not so. But he did not make robots where we're not supposed to feel or care. But he says, cast them. Well, it's hard. Well, that's the thing that God is saying. The sun is going down on your wrath. Every day you going to bed, do you know you can miss heaven with that stuff in your heart against people? Every day you taking a chance, you playing Russian roulette. I don't care if God is using you every day. It don't matter. What's in your heart is going to stand before God. God used an ass. If he can make a donkey talk, then using you is not nothing incredible. Because you knew you was made to talk. So don't act like it's something great when God used you. No, it's just greatness using you. Kid yourself not. You understand the need of God more than anybody. If you ever think you're not, that's when you should, that's the notes and tells you right then and there, you really are. When you don't feel you need God as much as anybody, see, you're lost. So stop it. And God is not a building thing. He's a life thing. He's not a God of the building. He's the God of the universe. The God, the one true, only, impeccable divinity. You know, the escalating of all strengths and faith. Yeah, the elevating of all minds and lives. The strengthening and providing of all strengths and wants and cares. But see, it's all about God caring, not about you. If you know God cared about you enough, listen to me. Then why you don't believe and trust that he gonna care about the next individual? Whether it be you or Hitler. Because Hitler's sins was just more outward than yours, but he wasn't, all his sins smelled the same aroma and the same essence of his sin. That's the same aroma and essence that you give off to God's nostril in your sin. So why you think he was more wrong than you because he went against God's people? You go against God's people right now. They was God's people. With Hitler hit was the appointed ones. That's the appointed Jews. You know what I mean? We're the anointed Jews. That's the appointed Jews. We Jews and sons and daughters of God strictly through birthing of the Spirit and the sacrifice on the unblemished Lamb. Don't think I don't know my book. Don't think I don't follow that. I'm just not extreme. You know, I don't go to the extreme with this stuff, this religious stuff, because I'm not religious. I have a personal living relationship, spiritual living relationship with God. So why is I'm not outcast? Because I won't take on a nickname or a title? I'm not trying to be like Jesus, people. I'm trying to be who I am in the eyes in the eyes of my God, man. That's who I'm trying to be. I call on my Lord Jesus. He's my Lord, but I'm not trying to be like him. I was never made to be like him. So I'm trying to be like him. Who can be like no wrong when all you is wrong? Come on, that's an undefeated fight. You know, you defeated before you even fight. So why waste my time trying to be someone I'm not? Why can't I just use my time for being who I am, whether you like it or not? That's how I believe God put us here for. To be who you are. Because he found the beauty in me before I even met me. And let me tell you something else. I'm still meeting me. Yes, I am. I'm still being introduced to me more and more I live. Meaning I'm realizing who I really am and realizing the lies I've been told and the lies I told myself to believe that I was something else. I am something else. I'm something different. I'm something great. I'm something of God's approval. I'm God's handmaid. I'm His workman. I'm the evidence and the manifestation of God's greatness. So don't be mad at me because I understand who I am and you still running around. So my thing to you today is, yo, find your way. You know, let them find their way. They'll find their way. When you serious and you get tired enough, when you seek God, you're going to look up and He's going to be right there. He's going to be right there. But you got to get tired. You got to say, man, I want to live the rest of my life happy and peaceful, man. Then you got to stop caring. And the world going to tell you that's wrong. Which one you going to choose? The ways of the world or the things that's different and divine from God? Oh, that's God's universal wisdom today. You know, again, I'm Apostle Lafayette Cabell. I know this wasn't a word that came, you know, went on you like lotion, but it was still good for you. It was good for you, believe me. It's going to marinate. For one day, I hope and pray. And I trust God, see? This is me caring on you now. I trust God that you're going to find your way, man. You're going to find your way to this truth that was just told to you. And you're going to be able to be enlightened and be able to see the true, really, through the eyesights and its true plan and the purpose of man. Man was never put here for to have a religion. He was never put here to have a job. If you see the word and the truth and what it's saying, we was put here to live. And then the last thing we're doing today, but we're saying we're not living. You got to live, y'all. You got to live. You got to laugh more. You got to enjoy life, man. You know what I mean? Celebrate. You know, be happy to be alive, man. Be happy to not be in bondage. And don't forget about those that are in bondage. You pray and say, God, I'm just coming before you. You know, my loved ones and, you know, people that are seeking you. I know they're going to find you because you don't play games. But can you put the hunger in them, you know, so that they can seek you? Can you let them get tired of being who they are and tired of the lies? And then they will find you, God. You know, I know you could give them the strength in their arm and their forearm, their shoulder, and in their hand. You know, enough strength to cause them to ball their fists up and to knock on that door so that you can answer, God. You know, that's someone caring on you. Not, oh my God, what's going to happen to Tony? This is third time and, you know, I think this, you know, this is third strike or, oh God, he going to get time in jail. Let him find his way. Everybody don't come to God through a suburban street area. You know what I mean? Everybody don't come to God through a death of a passing of someone. It doesn't matter. See, if you really get it, you'll understand it doesn't matter how they get there as long as they get there. That's caring correctly. Yeah, I can't do it. Then you need help. You need help, and you need help for you. And ain't no one can help you but God, because you done heard over the years this truth. And if you ain't changing now, then that's just the job, just you and God. You know, time, that's in time, then I hope and pray. But I'm not going to go out here and worry and stressing because you won't get counseling on how to use your monies and you stressing every week living from paycheck to paycheck when the financial advisor from God is in an Apostle Lafayette Cabell and you choose not to listen or choose not to make an appointment. And you ain't going to waste my time. If you came one time, just know you ain't coming another. Not for that same thing. No, find your way. That's what I tell you now. Find your way. That's hard. No, that's life. It's only hard because you don't want to come out your way or you don't want to get out your way. That's why you consider it hard. I love you today. I know it don't feel like it, but I love you today. I, Lafayette Cabell, you know, let me pray. Let me pray for you today. Father God, most majesty, incredible, impossible to stop God, all-knowing, all-powerful. God, those that are listening and view this word, I ask it that you would Cause that word to take root in it and cause it to grow immediately, God, in their lives. And those that just can't swallow this, push them from the table, God. Because I do realize that you have to be ready. You can't be one on milk as a baby and trying to eat steak and you don't even have teeth. So God, bring them in the way that they need to be brought. But God, I pray that they will find their way today. The loved ones that folk care about. But I do understand, I don't pray in ignorance, God. I do realize that all is not going to make it in. So Father, give us the peace we need by causing us to not care and to lay all our concerns and cares, so that the aggravation of worrying and annoying can't be present in our lives. And if we give you our cares, God, and we know, God, that there won't be no disturbance and alarming and the breaking and the lacking of peace. This is the way. I know it to be so. But God, we war against all teaching that we've been taught from family generations, God, bloodlines, religions, street schools, and conversations. But you're all powerful. You love me enough to come to me when I was high on angel dust. I wasn't coherent, and you still talked to me and I understood you. You still stood in front of me and I saw you. I know if you did it for this old, lonely, defeated, worried, stressed out drug dealer, I know you'll do it for the next person, God. So I say, so be it, and so shall it be. God, that's sufficient, qualified, justified, and fortified to be our Lord. In Jesus' name do I present these things. So be it, so shall it be. Amen. God bless you on the day. I know you was blessed by this. You need to watch this about 10 times. And I'm not talking just 10 times in a row. I'm talking 10 times. Take it, live with it. Go back to it. Get this in you. You'll be so glad you did. One love. Foxy.